Hey guys, welcome to my brother's ballad. I have to say, I am extremely thankful for all the subscribers that brought me well over my 1,000 subscriber goal. We are currently sitting at 1628. When I had initially started this call to action, I think we were like around 600. I can't appreciate it anymore, and I'm just extremely thankful for you guys. So I know why you're here, so let's get into this video. As you know, I love the Abby Phillip show, and she had a panel with Anna Kasparian. She has been, even though she has been a little odd lately with some of the people that she's been finding herself hanging around and agreeing with, but when it comes to Gaza and progressives, she always stands firm. And so the topic of the conversation was about AOC, Zohran, and their place in the Democratic Party. Let's get into this clip.
Speaking at the New York is Not for Sale event for New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had a simple message. It's not us, it's them.
We are not the crazy ones, New York City. We are not the outlandish ones, New York City. They want us to think we are crazy. We are sane. To demand an affordable and decent housing, a decent wage, the right to health care is not a radical act. It is basic and core humanity.
Senator Bernie Sanders was there, and so was New York Governor Kathy Hochul. She was appearing with Mamdani for the first time since endorsing him late September. That was met by ridicule, what you heard there from AOC, from Republicans, including from House Speaker Mike Johnson. Let's listen.
We saw our clearest sign yet that this radical insurgent movement in the Democrat Party is succeeding. And they are ending what has always been known as the Democrat Party in America. After a months-long pressure campaign from the far left, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries finally relented. He gave in, and he gave his endorsement to the socialist running to be mayor of New York City.
So none of that is surprising that Mike Johnson would say that. But I also think that there's something happening in New York City, at least, when you get, 15,000 people in a room. And
Mamdani is the Republicans' worst nightmare. Mamdani is the Democratic establishment's worst nightmare. They want to scare Americans by saying, look what he is doing. He is not American. He is other. He's a socialist, which he has consistently said that he's a Democrat socialist. And let's not forget, some of our most popular policies and institutions in this country are socialist policies, like Medicare, like Medicaid, like Social Security, like your fire department. Those are socialist policies and institutions. But of course, these billionaires do not want you to even get a taste of it, because guess what? If you get a taste of it, you know what happens when you get a taste of something you like? You want more of it. And they don't even want you to have that.
And they are all there to support the guy who's calling himself a socialist. And that's not something that necessarily can be ignored.
Look, Trump had 40-something thousand at MSG one night just a year ago, which was pretty impressive. But that crowd was impressive, and God bless him, right? You have a right to go to a rally. We talk about AOC and Bernie being there, and that's something. The interesting thing is that Kathy Hochul and the leadership, the establishment leadership of the state legislature were there as well. And that, to me, is the sign that the establishment Democratic Party is embracing this democratic socialist agenda. They are embracing it 100%. And this is an issue set that they are running on that plays well in Bushwick, Brooklyn. It plays well with the cat ladies on the Upper West Side. It does not play well in all 435 seats of the House of Representatives that are up. This is a bigger problem for Democrats than just New York City. If they win, if the socialists win the race here in New York City, fine. I think they're going to pay a price downstream in a lot of other districts.
All right, 19,000 in MSG, by the way, but
could not disagree more. Talk to the farmers. Have you heard what the farmers are saying about Trump's policies? Have you talked to them? Have you talked to the government workers that are looking at a bailout to Argentina? Meanwhile, some of our government workers are not getting paid. Not going to land well, I promise you that.
In MSG, by the way, but
I think 40.
but so just double it. But no, I mean, look, I think that you're right that the establishment has come on board, Neera, with this moment for New York. But again, one of the reasons that they're doing it is because it seems like what Mamdani is able to do, a lot of other Democrats are not able to do around the country, which is get people really excited. The early voting numbers in New York right now are crazy, okay? The first weekend in 2021's general election, there were 31,000 people. So far, 223,000 early voting check-ins in New York in this general election.
That's amazing.
There's something going on here.
There's definitely something going on in New York City. I think the question really is what will happen on Tuesday? I think that's really important. But there are multiple races on Tuesday. There's a New Jersey governor's race, a Virginia governor's race. Virginia governor's race is much more bellwether for the country than New York City.
I would like to highlight that Neera Tanden is a Democrat establishment person. So when this is something that they have been doing, I saw Kamala Harris do it with the interview that she had with Rachel Maddow.
And what do you think of mainline Democratic shyness and agitation about the prospect that he's going to win?
Look, as far as I'm concerned, he's the Democratic nominee and he should be supported.
Do you endorse his candidacy?
I support the Democrat in the race, sure. But let me just say this. He's not the only star. I know that, he's in New York, and I know New Yorkers think they're the center of the world, and here we are in New York having this interview.
It is the biggest city in the country.
And I love New York, as the saying goes. I really do. But, I mean, there are people like Barbara Drummond in Mobile, Alabama, Helena Moran.
Where they know it's not politically advantageous to say anything negative about Zohran. So what they try to do is take the attention away from Zohran. So they start to bring up all these other races. So that way they don't have to say anything negative. It's a very easy, quick sleight of hand. And I would also like to highlight, when they keep saying that New York is not a place that should be viewed as a bellwether curve, New York is one of the most diverse cities, if not the most diverse cities in the United States, with all different socioeconomic levels. And in a place that has one of the largest income inequalities in America, which is a problem we have nationwide. Whenever I hear someone say New York is not a great breeding ground for this, it always makes me think of, is it not white enough? Is that what you're saying?
Much more bellwether for the country than New York City. New York City is really important, but it is not representative of America itself. And so I do think there are important lessons to learn on the cost of living. I do think Zohran Mamdani focused in on that, and it was the right issue. People do think housing costs too much in the country, but I also think actually when you're looking at the country, it's more important, it will be as important, if not more important, how Abigail Spanberger does or Mikey Sherrill does in states where you are running statewide, not just in your most urban area.
Tara?
I just think that this race, Zohran Mamdani, his messaging is all about affordability, which is smart. I mean, and I think that can affect both parties if they don't watch it soon. I mean, inflation is off the charts. The cost of living is insane. And if they don't seem to get the answers, from the Republican Party, we have to remember that there was always a crossover between the Bernie voters and the Trump voters. The populist message, it rings true. Doesn't matter who's saying it, okay? And somebody's got to bring answers. And he is now a shiny, bright object, and he's bringing people out. And I know it's a label of socialism, and it sounds crazy, but it's still the same populist message.
But Tara,
affordability
is a problem.
I think there's a fundamental.
But affordability is a problem here in New York because of Democratic policies. Affordability is a problem in New Jersey because of energy policy.
Grocery prices are up. Utility prices are up.
Because in New Jersey, like you pointed out, New Jersey's energy policies have been crushed.
Where is it cheap? Wait, where is it cheap to live in America? I want to know where
energy is cheaper in New York. New Jersey because of Phil Murphy's policies. Phil
Where
Murphy
is it
turned off the
cheaper in
energy
America
spigot,
right
and
now?
New Jerseyans are
Where?
paying the price.
I
People's
wanna know.
energy
They're not
bills
moving
in
to
New
New York. They're
Hold on
moving
one
out of
second.
New York.
Where is it? Where
It's
is
my
it?
home state of
Guys,
Florida.
just one second. I mean, Joe, you're right in the sense that New York is run by Democrats. So yes, they're responsible for New York. But the country is feeling that it's expensive, that the prices are ticking up now. Inflation is heading in the wrong direction, not the right direction under Trump. And that is going to be still a central issue for the next midterm elections, not just for next Tuesday, but the next midterm elections and the presidential election after that. So the candidates like Trump and Zohran Mamdani, who are using populism to address that, clearly something is working. And Mamdani, just because he has a socialist next to his name, clearly voters are listening to the message more than they're listening.
They're being sold a bag of goods that is just not going to come to fruition. If you look at Mayor de Blasio's, if you look at Bloomberg's, if you look at all of these Democrats who have ran this city, they promise the same thing and they never deliver. I have a brother in Queens. He's heard mayors since the 70s, since he was born, promise the same thing for the city. Guess what? You never delivered. The one mayor that actually delivered on something, Mayor Giuliani. What did he say he was going to do? Get the crime crisis under wraps. And what did he do? Crime deteriorated rapidly. And New Yorkers remember that. What Zohran is doing, this is a guy who's spoken vile.
Depending on the type of New Yorkers that you're talking about, I'm sure a lot of New Yorkers remember that time. A lot of black New Yorkers and black men and people of color that had to deal with stop and frisk. And even where the Supreme Court said that was an infringement on your rights. New York was an extremely dangerous place for black and brown people under the leadership of Rudy Giuliani.
This is a guy who's spoken vile about Jews, vile about the NYPD. It is true.
What did he say about Jews?
Now, to my point, did you guys see how Neera Tanden, who is a Democrat, at one point was a high-ranking Democrat, and this man, Harrison Fields, who is a former White House spokesperson for the Trump administration, he says he parrots the talking points that most opposition to Zohran has been by saying that he is anti-Semitic and that he has said horrible things about Jews. Neera starts shaking her head in agreement. And I'm so happy that Anna Kasparian is here because she's about to eviscerate him. She is shaking her head and agreeing, even though she probably knows. And if she doesn't know, if she's sitting on this panel, she needs to do her research. Zohran has never said anything negative about Jewish people. Has he said something negative about the state of Israel? Yes. That is completely different, and we should never conflate the two.
NYPD. It is true.
What did he say about Jews? What did he say?
From the river
verbatim.
to the sea.
Oh, please. You're going to talk about
it. Okay.
The Lacouche Charter literally says that they're going to pursue the Greater Israel Project and literally steal land from all these Middle Eastern countries.
This is why you have rabbis telling their congregations to vote for
This is the new Democratic Party
Exactly.
This is the platform.
It is a rejection of the establishment. That's what it is. Because the establishment has not actually looked out for
anti-Semitic. That's what it is.
Fundamentally anti-Israel.
Please stop with this nonsense.
I get called a fascist every single day. I can call you an anti-Semitic because it's exactly what you are doing.
Hold on,
The Democratic Party has an anti-Semitic
Why? Because he doesn't want to visit Israel as the mayor of New York City? Is that why?
He wants to arrest Bibi Netanyahu.
He should be arrested. He's a war criminal.
There you go. Modern day
Yeah, there you go. I'm right.
Exactly. There you go. Correct. He is a war criminal. He actually is a war criminal. He is committing a genocide. Are we lost here? Are we lost here? Is the world upside down? I wish Anna would have went in a little bit more and really broke down how ignorant Harrison sounded. But I would also like to highlight that when they keep saying that there is an anti-Semitic issue on the left, but what actually is on the left is an anti-Zionist wing of the party that doesn't believe that we should be supporting an apartheid state. That's what's happening on the left. Now, last time I checked, there was a rally in Charlottesville where they kept saying, what was it? Like, Jews will not replace us? Good people on both sides? Okay.
No, I'm right.
Modern day
He's wanted by the International Criminal Court. There's a warrant out for his arrest.
Modern day Democratic Party.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Again, I'm so thankful for you guys coming along this journey with me. Peace.